Hey everyone, what's going on? It is LeakingCode here, and today I'm going to be showing you the very basics of TweenService inside of Roblox. Now, if you're not familiar with TweenService, it's basically a service which lets you sort of manipulate a part or, well, anything in any sort of way you can. So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to be showing the very basics of it today. So yes, let's go right into it. So first of all, we're going to go into our Explorer. If you do not have that open, go to View and click Explorer. We'll also need our Properties tab, so make sure to have that open. Once you're in your Explorer, click on Workspace, open it up so you can see everything inside. Yes, so what we're going to do is we're basically going to make a cube, and it's going to move up and down, and it's going to repeat it. It's going to last for 5 seconds or however long we decide. Okay, so first of all we need to get our part in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. You can either right click and click insert part, or you can go up here and just click on the block icon, which is spawning a part. What we're going to do is we're just going to resize this, style it how we want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to make mine really black. Let's give it metallic texture or material even, and there we go, we have our part. Now obviously you'll probably be using something a lot more better looking than that, but yeah. So the first thing you want to do is you want to delete this weld. If the weld says the first part 0 is the base plate and part 1 is your part, delete it, because in the tween it will break and it won't work. To stop the weld from appearing again, I recommend moving it up just like by a stud or two, or probably not even that. Yes, then it sort of stops connecting up with it and messing your code up. Next thing you want to do is anchor your part. Now this is really important, as I've tested before. If you don't anchor your part and you tween, it will not be smooth, it will be all jaggedy. With my current project, I'm working on a space exploration. I'm using TweenService to lift up the rocket. Yes, okay. So you want to anchor that. So now we can get onto the scripting part. So what we want to do is you want to come over to your part, and you can either right click, insert object, and a server script, or you can just click the plus icon and click on script. Okay, so we're going to now delete this, and we first need to get we need to declare some variables. So we're going to declare the variables here. Sorry for my keyboard's loud, by the way. I can't really fix that. I might get a new keyboard soon. But yeah. Okay, so our first variable, we need our part. So we need to sort of declare our part in the script. So we're going to do local part equals script. Oh gosh, can't spell. Script.parent. Make sure your capitalization is perfect, otherwise this will not work. So local part equals script.parent. So script.parent. Okay, so I think we've got all our variables done. It's short and sweet, I know. Now we need to get to our services. So all we need for this is our tween service, so we're going to quickly get that from our game. So local tween service equals game : get service tween service, like that. Okay, so now we are ready. Let's do our tweening code. Okay, so let's start off our tweening code. So the first thing we need in any tween is our tweening information. Now, our tweening information is basically the easing direction, the easing style, sort of what's going to happen to it, basically. Basically how it's going to sort of act when the tween happens. So we first need to declare that. So we're going to do local tweening info. Don't call it tween info, because that's already a built-in variable which is used by the script, and you'll see that in a minute. So make sure to call this something like tweening properties. I'm going to call mine tweening properties equals tweeninfo.new, and in here, so if I quickly do that, okay, never mind, it's not going to show up, but basically the first one we need is, so we need a few arguments in this. So in between the parentheses, we have our first argument, which is the which is how long we want our animation to run for. So I'm going to put 10 seconds. Put a comma. As you can see, it pops up here. So we've got number time, enum.easing style, easing direction, how many times you want it to repeat, if you want it to repeat, and the delay in between the repeats. Okay, so after that we need to obviously get our easing style, as it says in the tooltip. So we're going to go enum.easing style dot, and if you want a smooth sort of animation, I recommend cubic. But obviously you can experiment with other ones like bounce and linear. Linear is not really much of an animation. It's sort of if you're not trying to do much with it, you know. So for my rocket animations, I always use cubic. Let's put a comma after that. Now we also need to get our easing direction, so we're going to do enum.easing direction dot in out. You can either do in or out, it doesn't really matter. Now, do we want ours to repeat? Yes, I'm going to say repeat 10 times, and I'm going to say true, so it does reverse, and the delay time between each of them. So the delay time between each of them will just be 1 second. Yep, looks a bit complicated, but I promise you'll get the hang of it if you keep doing it right. Just practice and practice and practice, and you'll get it done. Okay, so now we're finished with that line of code. Now we need to get our sort of properties of our part, so what's going to happen to it. So we're going to do local properties, name it whatever you want, it doesn't really matter, equals, and then we're going to create an array. So it's sort of 2 squarely brackets, and just hit enter a few times and get down there. So because I want my part to move up and down, I'm going to need the vector locations, which is the positions of the part. So what I'm going to do to get those locations is, first of all, I actually need to sort of tell the script where I want my part to move to. So first of all, I'm just going to go up here like that, and so this is where I want my part to end up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the position property, and I'm going to copy that, Control C, then you can just hit Control Z and it pops down there. Now what we want to do is tell the script how we want it to sort of appear. So we need our variable first, which is position equals vector3 dot new, and this vector3 manages size, location, I think that's it. Yeah, size and location, I'm pretty sure that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm pretty sure C-frame manages rotation as well. I'm not sure. Vector3.new, and then we just paste in our coordinates. Okay, so there we go. We have our tween sort of ready. We have all our properties we needed. We've sort of done them all, so we haven't got any more prep to do. Now we can create our tween. So we're going to do local, I'm just going to call this tutorial, I guess. Tutorial equals TweenService colon create, and then we want to put part, comma. So we need 3 arguments for this. We need what we want it to affect, and our tweening info, and our properties. So I'm going to put tweening, sorry, ignore that. I'm going to put tweening, oh, sorry. Tweening properties, that's it. Tweening properties, comma, and properties. Now you can obviously name them a bit better. This sort of looks a bit more confusing for me because I just sort of wanted to try and make it a bit easier. Okay, so now we literally have our tween. Our tween is now put in the database of tutorial as a variable. Now we can call that whenever we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and we're going to write our activation code. Yeah, I spelled activation right. Activation code. So all we're going to do is we're going to do wait 1. So it's just going to wait 1 second, and then after that it will go tutorial colon play. Now what this will do is it will just play our tutorial after 1 second of us being in the game. So you can either hit run or you can hit play. In this case, I'm just going to hit run. And let's see this. There we go. See, it takes 10 seconds to lift up, and then it should slowly go back down. I put it on a pretty slow slow thing, so you can sort of experiment with them how you like. I'm just going to quickly lower mine down to 5 seconds because I feel like that's 10 seconds is a bit long. There we go. So as you can see, it goes a little bit faster and it's easier to see. And of course, you can do this with any sort of way you want. You can do you can do size, you can do color, transparency. You can basically do any single property you need, but you will need to sort of learn the fundamentals of Lua to be able to sort of direct yourself. Or you can just look up the dev. I think it's the Roblox dev website, because they have a lot of useful things on there. Trust me. If you ever need any help, you can either ask in my comment section, but I do recommend going onto the dev wiki, as it's very, very helpful. Yes, so thank you all very, very much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope that this helped you in your, coding, journey, I guess. And also, if you are coming here from the streams, as I've said, there will not be a lot of streams. I will keep doing streams, but they will appear a lot less frequently, as I want to do more coding tutorials and things like this. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day. Make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.